Can we get more upbeat? Because I'm by myself and I'm loving it. Yeah, I like it. Welcome back. Corsair DreamLeague Season 9. Welcome to the Shiver Show. I actually, you know what? This desk is great and all, but this couch looks actually pretty good. I'm going to just sit in the couch real quick. Welcome to the Shiver Show. We are going to have 2 winners bracket series, and it's going to be great. We're going to have awesome Dota. I know some of the series we've had so far have been a little bit one-sided, but I can't help it, you know. And the Shiver Show does what the Shiver Show does, and the teams, you know, you can't really control them that much. We're going to talk about them a lot, of course, a lot. We have got Liquid, we got Secret, we got Newbie, we got Fnatic. We got the top 4 at the moment. I know there's some lower bracket teams that want to still make their way over as well, but I think it'll be good. You know, yeah. Shiver Show is great by myself and all, but maybe it's nice to have some people to talk to. That'll be actually nice, because you know you guys are great there. But let's see if there's some people hiding behind that door. Don't break the door, Fogged.
How'd you know it was me? You said it before I even came out.
There's only one person that can break the door like that.
Wow, thank you. Thank you, Thomas.
Thank you, Thomas.
I'm being very careful with the door.
Thank you, Pigeon. Fogged and Pigeon here, thank you. I mean, yeah, Shiver Show wouldn't be the same without you two.
I like the Shiver Show when you're on. It's nice.
I'm glad you think that way. I thought I was just the backup Brit, but
I mean, we don't want to say it like that, but
well, let me introduce myself properly.
Is this your 4th?
Hi.
Is that your 4th?
You know, yeah, I think so. I think it's been a different color over time. It's the color challenge. How many can you get through?
Oh God.
Jeez.
All right. You guys,
hello.
We have winners bracket finals.
We do.
Winners bracket semifinals. Yeah, we're not there yet. Team Liquid versus Fnatic. And I always find it very interesting because Liquid, you know, they're one of those teams that have looked very good since winning TI, and they haven't really fallen off. They're here, obviously, without Miracle, so maybe a little bit different here. But I'm always intrigued, like, how does a team like that keep their motivation throughout the season after already winning an international? And we got the chance to sit down with Matuaman and ask him exactly that.
DreamLeague is kind of like a home tournament for us in a way. In this iteration of the Liquid, it was like the first LAN we played with these 5 players, and it kind of like started our journey like a fresh start back in the day. Like we got the team going finally. I always try to find like new ways to achieve victory. My goal is to win the game for my team, or help my teammate to win the game for me. What we believe that like what you should always think of, you just want to get better. Nothing else really matters, not the tournament wins or the achievements like top 3 placements. It's only your ultimate goal in the end is just get better. That's how we keep ourselves motivated. What was the only hero I could play in Dota 2? Definitely Venomancer. I love that hero. Just spam wars, click some poison stings on people. It's just satisfying.
Someone who finds playing Venomancer and clicking wards and poison on people satisfying. That's what I took away from that video.
I love Matu, but now it's just like I love him a little bit less because it's Veno. Oh,
Veno's fun to play.
It's fun to play, not against.
It's one of my most played heroes because I used to spam him all the time, but it's still Veno, you know?
He's ironically like a slug. It's like his movement speed's what, like 279 or 289?
Super slow.
It's like
9. It's slow.
It's really low. So it's like,
It's like 280, I believe, or something like that. Yeah, or 285 maybe actually, but very slow hero, but fun. More fun to watch than Viper, that's for sure.
Oh god, yeah.
True. All right, so Liquid's going to go up against Fnatic. Let's talk about Liquid first. How do you feel like the chances are? We've seen them obviously perform yesterday, and they were up against Pain Gaming, and I think that was one of the closest series we've had yesterday in the opening matches. They are playing with Heen instead of Miracle. It does change their dynamic a little bit. They still won though.
They still won versus Pain, but I think versus Fnatic it's going to be hard. I think this Fnatic for me is on the rise. I think at GSC, I was looking at them at being the top two, them and EG. They kind of fell a little bit short because of that one game that we all definitely saw. We talked about on and on and again. But yeah, I think this time around, Liquid will have a lot more trouble versus this team. This is a full 5 squad that are very comfortable, and we'll see what they can do with Kuro playing that carry.
Yeah, I mean, it's a case of, you know, that series last night was close, and it was kind of close because there were a few moments where it looked like Liquid might kind of pass one over to Pain. And, you know, I think if you make that sort of mistake against Fnatic, Fnatic aren't going to let you get away with that. No. They're going to completely capitalize. So.
Before the game, I think Blitz had a chance to talk to Matuma Man to see how they felt.
You guys are playing with the stand-in in the form of Heen. How has that gone so far?
Oh, it went pretty good. He played AA 2 games, and we'll see if they ban AA if he finds another hero to play. I'm not sure, but we'll see.
Okay, and also at the same time, we had another switch, and Kuro is now playing carry, and you being the former carry yourself. How do you feel about that?
I mean, Kuro always tells these stories about him being like the great carry player, and he wants to like mentor us as like plebeians, you know, plebeian carries. And, you know, it's like, it's quite a change from Miracle, obviously. And, you know, sometimes I feel like Kuro farms even more than Miracle.
All right, thank you for the interview. Good luck to you guys.
Thank you.
Kuro as the carry yesterday. Matu wasn't impressed.
No, I mean we were just like joking around with them in bed, and we were talking about Dota 1 and like Kuro being legendary carrying Dota 1, and Matu's like Dota 1. It was so easy back then because everyone was so bad. We're like, it's a hater, he's a hater. He doesn't know the pain and suffering that we went through back then.
He doesn't. He really doesn't. Yesterday's carry, by the way, Kuro did play an Alchemist, and he was very fat.
Yeah.
He did farm very well on the Alchemist.
He got very farmed, yeah.
Yeah.
Pain almost. That's the one that Pain almost struck back in though. But yeah, Kuro did have. He did have a good game on the Alch overall.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Looked a lot more formidable on the Chaos Knight the following game. Obviously, like, you can't take it away from Matu. Matu's this type of guy who makes so much space for his team. And like Kuro, the greedy farmer. And I was like, yes, finally, I get to get all the gold. I still remember my favorite moment was at the start of the match when there was a sentry go down, his support was dewarded, and he took the last hit. Like, this is Kuro carry. You know, or maybe it's just innocently forgetting he's not past 5 anymore. But I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
It was some crazy games yesterday with Chaos Knights, Alchemists, or even at Phoenixes for a different series. It was a little bit wonky. Fnatic, definitely not wonky. Fnatic looked incredibly strong. And Blitz did also have the chance to talk to DJ before this series.
Hi guys, Blitz here with DJ from Team Fnatic, who just had a very dominant 2-0 victory over OG yesterday. Just wanted to ask your thoughts about that, how you guys feel?
I mean, we didn't really feel anything special because we're playing against a team that's using coach, so it doesn't really matter. Like, we really want to play against a team that has their full lineup.
I see. That's admirable. You are going to be playing against Liquid, who will also feature their coach. We were just talking about how it feels like a little bit of a lose-lose situation, but at the same time, for you guys, still a little bit on the cusp, and it's still a needed victory, right?
Yeah, we feel confident against Team Liquid. So.
Okay, fair enough. All right, thank you. That's DJ from Fnatic. Thank you for joining us in the interview. And this.
I think it's fair. I mean, they do feel confident. I don't blame them. Looking at yesterday, Fnatic looked so strong.
They did.
And I don't know how, if you're Liquid, how are you going to approach this? Because I feel like, you know, against Pain, it's a very different style of play. And Liquid was trying at that point, trying hard. There were no crazy shenanigans that were like testing the waters, apart from maybe Alchemist.
Just maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I think Liquid's gonna have a really tough time versus this Fnatic squad. Like I was mentioning, I think this is Fnatic at some of their best level that they've played with this roster, and I think they've been opening up their draft a lot more. And I just think it's gonna be really hard for Liquid to actually match up without Miracle.
Star player for you, Pigeon, in Fnatic?
Fnatic.
Who are we going to look towards? Who has to perform well for the team to do well?
I think we're going to be watching Abed. It's like if Envy gets like a pretty much free lane, you know this man, he'll just milk it to the max. I mean, we saw it yesterday when they came to deal with him on the Weaver. It's too late. He just completely turned around. So I think Abed, he delivers, he draws their attention in, and just Envy does what he does best, carry.
It is really that simple.
Amazingly enough, Dota is about carrying.
Yeah. For me, I think for me it's actually like DJ and Universe.
Yeah.
These two like massive playmakers on the side of Fnatic. I think that's where the big aspect can come in versus a team like Liquid without their full 5. They can actually just get caught off guard by these rotations coming out from DJ.
How fast do you feel like the coming series has to be? Because we talk a lot about pace and speed and aggression, and especially previous game that the tempo set there by OG was very high.
I think both teams will play. I think both teams are going to play very fast in this. Because sure, only one player is replaced, so they still have that the words of Kuro telling them what to do in the games, and also Heen especially too. So that could actually might make them be able to play a little bit faster and also react. Because then they have Heen's input. So usually Heen is he's coaching for them, so he does influence maybe some of their drafts a bit. But now rather than influencing their drafts, he can actually be like, oh, now I can actually talk about what I really wanted this draft to do, rather than just tell you guys at the beginning and then be like, oh man, they're not doing what I wanted them to do. So that could be a little bit of a cool factor. Yeah,
it's different for them, but it's a familiar person. It's not like you're dragging someone out who's never played with you before. You know, these are familiar people. They've been through a lot together, and I think both teams are just going to try and pressure hard. Like, if you let either of these teams sit back and farm, this is the type of game that they'll just capitalize. So I think ultra aggressive is the right way to call it.
And make sure to, by the way, if you think you know which player is the most valuable of teams, you can vote for the Hacks MVP. Hashtag player name. So here you are. These are the players you can vote for.
Shall we try and gamble on which one won't be voted for because their name is too long and complicated?
I just checked. Like Envy is actually
just
says Envy,
I
not
saw that.
Eternal Envy, but Mind Control is the full Mind Control rather than MC.
That made it easy for Envy to get these votes. So I wonder if we get.
There's a little bit of a popularity vote involved there, but I think so far we have not been too disappointed with the votes. There have been a couple of BM votes.
I agree. I was going to say the same.
But other than that, I mean, if you look at the results of the team that won separately, I mean, we had like when Ghostic won, he won MVP, I think.
He did.
When he did really well in the Nature's Prophet. So yeah, you know, make sure you vote for the players that actually are the most valuable player in the game that you're watching for their team, not for the opposing team.
Careful, that's the trap to fall into.
That's the trap. They're
gonna go the other way now.
Don't tell them what. No, it's
no. I think it's fine.
They always listen to Shiver.
Yeah, they listen to me.
Just look in the eyes and say, Twitch, do whatever you want, okay?
No, it's the Shiver show.
It's the Shiver show.
That's
you must
rude.
listen.
And it's the Shiver chat. Or something.
Shiva.
I don't know if that works.
The Shiva chat? I'm cool with the Shiva chat.
All right.
We'll give that.
Let's take a look at the draft because we are in the first game here. Team Liquid versus Fnatic winners bracket semifinals. Fnatic on the Radiant side, Team Liquid on the Dire side, and this is the opening. They actually start with the banning of the IO.
Oh, there's the Venom.
They banned the Venom too. Matu gives a little bit of a head shake at that one.
Like Fnatic, like, should we ban as many green heroes as possible? No, we'll start with IO, then we'll make our way to the greens. Like, I don't know. Matu loves playing Venom. You got to get rid of it.
Yeah, I think the Venom is super obnoxious, as we've seen. Just what he can actually do on the hero. Sure, like arms fell a bit short on that hero in the last game, but Matu's on a different level with that one. He's just so comfortable on it.
Yeah.
I hope we get some exciting heroes though. I'm really hoping that we get like Fnatic picking something like Ember Spirit or something along those lines. It's something that Abed can be super flashy on.
Yeah, it's always good to see those playmaking heroes, and Ember's just one of those kind of always living life on the edge type carry.
Yeah. I think the Razor might come into play heavily in this matchup too now. As we've been seeing, it's been kind of growing in popularity again, especially when the Death Prophet's banned out. So I do think that could be one of the options for both sides.
Yeah, it's just one of those dominant kind of people. It's like, how do you gank a Razor? Not very easily. You have to kill him so quickly or it just turns around on you. You got like a, what, 5-6 second window before he just turns around and has like 80 stolen damage at least.
5 seconds remaining.
We do see the Tiny get banned out, but then again, no one likes doing Tiny. Tiny's it's kind of that hero you just always see picked or banned. And oh, a Gyrocopter coming out straight away. Gyro is really popular though. You know, if we shout out Raze, we have to shout out Gyro. Everyone loves Gyro at the moment.
Yeah, Gyro. I think also Gyro can be ran in particular for Liquid for 2 different roles. More than likely, this is going to be Matumbaman's hero, but I think Kuro can also be playing it.
10 seconds remaining.
That's the thing, like, it's starting to get played mid a lot more as well, because, you know, I think the flat count is the differentiator. It's when someone's trying to run away and they're under towers, like, I'm safe, and then you just see these free pellets come towards you, like, no.
Yeah.
Oh, Clockwork.
Very early clock pick.
I haven't seen him as much, actually, recently. It just feels like less popular since we saw the kind of like the Shadow Fiend nerfs and people don't just pick up that Geo combo.
It can be really nice versus the gyro because you're like one of those heroes that, I mean, it's traditionally I looked at this, but if you are playing in that offlaner and you're giving more farm priority, you can rush that Blade Mail, and Blade Mail Clockwork versus Gyrocopter is devastating. Gyro just kills himself with the barrage and everything.
Yeah, it's that kind of uncontrollable damage that you don't have a choice over.
Yeah.
We
But
saw
it could also still be
Fun. Yeah, we saw Jonas Fun Clockwork last weekend. It was super successful for his team.
And I think it was versus a gyro too, right?
Yeah, I think so too.
I think so, yeah.
And it was setting the tempo so high.
Yeah, but I think we still don't know. That's the thing. It's more than like the DJs, but
it's a flex pick.
Yeah, it's a exactly. So they take the disruptors. They've got a lot of catch coming in between these two heroes already.
It's good. It's nice. It's aggressive. We said we want to see these heroes come up quick. And Rubik's nice pick and return. Especially against Clockwork. It's like, oh, I'm stuck in here. No. You get out. You get out. This is my course now.
It's like it's like a classic, right?
Yeah.
You see the Clockwork, and back in the day, like when there weren't so many support heroes available, it used to be like every single time was Rubik versus Clock, but fits very, very well versus Clockwork, and it's a good pairing always with Gyrocopter for multiple reasons, being able to throw them into your gyro or even the no field early on, whatnot.
And Cogs is just one of those type of spells, right? It's kind of like beautiful to steal because with the right positioning, it's kind of like a shards effect or a fissure effect. It just breaks up the fight beautifully.
Yeah, I mean, the steals are a bit underwhelming from the Clock. They're not like the best, but they're okay. I think being able to steal Glimpse is probably like the best one here for the catch.
Yeah, and even if you steal the Thunder, you get some extra vision.
Yeah.
It's a decent Rubik game for sure.
Yeah, even the defensive no field can be really nice versus Disruptor always.
I wonder if we see a Sand King. My only concern is Clockwork. If he builds in a Blade Mail, it's like you don't want to get caught with a Clockwork. But Sand King Rubik is a classic combo. Works really well with Gyro because the body blocks come in, the Rocket Barrage follow up. And actually, the Pugna gets banned out. Like, I can kind of see it. It's not too bad, but I don't know. I feel like you want something a bit more beefy. You just want to chase that Fnatic because otherwise the Clock catches out the Pugna. What can you do? You just die.
I'm a bit intrigued actually when they banned that Pugna. I mean, sure, that's one of Liquid's most comfortable heroes and everything, but Clockwork and Disruptor traditionally are quite good versus that Pugna. Like,
absolutely.
Clockwork closes the gap on you. Battery Assault is devastating.
Yeah, it's not one of those heroes you can stand there life dragging and laughing at. It's just like Battery Assault every whatever seconds.
Same kind of thing with the Disruptor. You're always going to be able to lock that Pugna down because Pugna won't get BKB till way later in the game.
Yeah,
but they do take it out. It makes sense. You're versus Liquid, right? Like, you take out the green heroes.
That's true. I mean, we had the Tiny to break it up a little bit, but back on the green. Oh, more green. Enchantress. She's gone as well. They're not caring about the Viper right now, which is kind of understandable. I mean, Clock, not the worst choice against Viper. If you can get close enough, you get the hook shot in, and then you just distract Viper, you're usually doing your job.
Oh, I'm just curious that they ban out the Enchantress. We obviously already have the Rubik. But for Liquid, Ancient Apparition for Heen.
Yeah, the AI is still available.
I think it's going to be, it has to be a GH Rubik, right? So is Heen really that?
It's definitely GH Rubik.
Yeah.
GH is so good on Rubik.
Yeah.
Like watching him yesterday, it's fantastic. He's so good at just getting quick farm, just getting a quick blink online, and then turning it into initiation after initiation. And I think that's what in Fnatic have to be careful about as well. What you pick, watch out you don't give away any farm skills because, I mean, GH loves to just milk that. I mean, we saw it with an Underlord series, didn't we? He just kept farming and suddenly had as much net worth as the Underlord.
And a lot of focus on the GH's heroes there on the bans as well, on the side of Fnatic. Not GH, Mind Control.
Mind Control, yeah, I was going to say that.
2 letters, MCGH. It's confusing. But yeah, for Mind Control, I mean, he normally doesn't get prioritized that highly for the draft, right?
What this tells me is that they want to like secure Envy's farm for the most part, because like these 3 heroes they're super pressuring heroes when they're put inside of that offlane, the Enchantress, the Pugna, and the Tiny. They can really just disrupt the kind of game plan that you have.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
Well,
Now we got a PL.
Oh yeah, Abed's
God.
PL has been absolutely monstrous lately.
What makes this a good PL game?
It matches up decently versus the Gyrocopter, because like, you're gonna get your timings faster in gyro. You don't really you're sure like flat can be okay versus PL, but PL you're gonna get to that point where you can just overrun gyrocopter.
That's the thing. Like flat cannon seems great against PL, but you need to be at a point where you farm 3-4 items and you can actually clear them out. But at the same time, if PL's matching your farm, you're not gonna get rid of these illusions. And
yeah. As a gyro, you like have to be ahead of a PL. If PL starts claiming the net worth advantage over you, it becomes very scary.
I think it's also like, it's kind of speed, right? Because gyro is kind of a tricky one because he has decent movement speed out the gate. And PL just has that rush. He can close the distance on you. And this hero gets good stat gain. So he's one of those unconventional, unexpected mids, but very, very dangerous if you're not careful.
Very high armor.
Exactly.
Versus gyro.
Actually, that's what I'm wondering here. Do they...
I heard them talking about Sand King a little bit, but what could they be saying about it?
I think Sand King's really good for Liquid. I think Sand King versus PL, it's just a great matchup. It's always able to clear illusions, the automatic catch, and I think like this is also scary too, because like if they did want to go for something like that AA, then they're limited on lockdown. So I don't think AA is an option. I think they need more catch to get this PL.
But if they have a Sand King, it's going to be a position 5 Sand King.
We've seen it done.
Yeah, it's possible. It
still could be. It could still be mind control.
Sure. Yes.
They've played the Sand King in the offlane. They used to do it a lot actually. Back at Genting, I think they were picking Earth Spirit Sand King a lot of times first two, and MC was playing that.
Ooh, that's a new one. First one of the tournament. What's the logic behind the Dazzle?
It's kind of weird. Like I can see the saves if you're really worried about getting trapped out by the clockwork.
You got the armor?
Yeah, and the blade, like keep in mind, like we were saying about clockwork wanting to rush a blade mail, if you're stuck in there and you've got a shallow grave, you're just gonna kill him. So it's not the worst choice. It is the type of support we don't see that often anymore. We seem to have moved away from these kind of like save you last moment type supports, right? It's all about aggression.
It's like this hero that doesn't really provide you too much disable either. So the PL, there's only really the Rubik lockdown for that at the moment, but I think Dazzle, the nice thing is the weave is so powerful versus PL also because you know which one's that real PL. You can't dispel it.
It's true.
So you're going to always have that indicator of which the real PL is, and you're going to be able to like, you play around that unit of your gyrocopter, you throw the weave defensively, and if you do catch that PL, Fnatic actually can't really like play super aggressive versus that. So it's, I mean, it's interesting, it's different, but it's probably something that he really wanted to play this time around.
I think that's a bigger thought than going for like, you know, usually when you see Dazzle you think, oh, there's going to be a Huskar, it's going to be an Ursa, but it's like, I don't think that's the reason they're picking it here, because you could incorporate that, but when you've got Clockwork and Disrupt on the field already, these snowball heroes that work so well with Dazzle could easily get kited out, right? Like Ursa's a great choice, Huskar. Troll Warlord, potentially I could see in Centaur.
I mean, the Huskar is a possibility, to be honest. PL is good versus Huskar, but the other three are not really the greatest.
Yeah, they get kind of shredded.
But I mean, Miracle's usually the big Huskar player for this team, so it would be bizarre for them to pick that up. But yeah, Centaur.
See, I think in Kuro, like I remember you used to like playing Ursa. So I mean, but Ursa just feels like you get kited too hard this game. It's good against Centaur, but
not great versus PL though.
Yeah, exactly.
Centaur, everybody normally craps on Centaur. About that it's a creep, you know, you go in, you stun, you try to stun, you get a double edge, and then you're done, and then you're just a Centaur standing there, and your right click's not amazing. What makes Centaur nice here? They've
got really good chase, real good catch now coming in with this Centaur. With Phantom Lancer too, you'll always be able to slow people with your illusions with that Stampede and close the gap onto the gyro. And Fnatic, they have been playing it a bit more than other teams. Universe has played it in the past.
And it's like a lot. Ooh, Beastmaster. But no, just to follow on what Frog said, it's kind of like I see Centaur on the lane as a similar Brewmaster effect, right? Where you just kind of hang around, you want those levels. A quick Stampede is great. And then when you get later to the game, I think like Centaur Ags is one of those kind of underrated ones that people are taking a lot more notice of right now. The freedom that gives you in these kind of engagements around tricky areas is great.
I think the Ags is something that's kind of fallen off though. It's gotten nerfed so many times around. I think for me, I look more like something like a Crimson Guard builder. And Centaur versus Gyro, if you get Crimson Guard, you can negate a lot of that damage that comes out.
That's a fair point, yeah. And I mean, the Beastmaster, Liquid, trying to get a little bit more aggressive. I think this is kind of like what we're seeing here is Liquid saying we want to stack up and push earlier.
Yeah, and also it gives them Roche, because their heroes don't hit Roche right now. It's also one of my control's like favorite heroes.
Alchemist ban.
Alchemist ban, yeah.
Respecting it, you know? I mean, it's not the best. I don't think it's the best game for Alc. There's some okay-ish Ags, but I don't know. It would feel a little bit greedy here, because I think Fnatic are going to try and pressure, especially with Clockwork.
What's the Envy hero? Because I'm assuming that's Abed on the PL, since he's been playing it majority of the times for them.
See, Weaver didn't get banned out, but that feels a little bit greedy here. You know you're going to have to go Linkers first, which is usually accepted. But at the same time, like
picking Weaver into Rubik is always a little bit of an iffy one.
Yeah.
You just give him free Shikuchis.
Exactly,
Which
and
is
that's
always
the worst
really
thing.
painful. Yeah.
What's the possibility of Beastmaster not being offlane? Never mind.
Ooh.
There's a Dragon Knight.
Well, that's confirmed it. I mean, you could put Dragon Knight anywhere. That's kind of the beauty of the hero. But yeah, I would assume this is going to be a Beastmaster off lane, and then just give Dragon Knight safe lane.
I actually,
Or
well,
Dragon
Dragon's
mid. Well, you could put mid.
yeah.
There's things like this is awkward because you can still put the Gyro mid or safe lane, right? Like he fares well in both, but I do like giving Gyro a longer lane because you have the chase potential for the Rocket Barrage kills.
DK is just great versus PL. I think overall in like majority of instances of the game, you're gonna get your last hits in the mid lane. The damage reduction versus Phantom Lancer is always gonna be good, and if you do get those levels, you get the splash from level 12 and 18 ulti, so you can actually clear out the PL illusions and be that traditional carry. It looks like a DK gyro cores. It's always like safe. It's nice and safe.
And you can actually push towers, which is something that Fnatic is not really going to be too great at this game so far. Anyway, they got a couple of seconds left to pick their last hero, their lone druid. Now they can push towers.
Now,
Solve that problem.
I like that we're seeing a bit more lone druid recently. You know, the Helm of Dominator is the go-to build now. It's a hero that has felt missing for a long time, apart from that cheesy moment when we had the respawn talent, and everyone was like, "Oh, this is great! Look at this!" You know, he's back up instantly. But I like, is it good or bad that I like to see a return to LD? Like,
I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to actually win the game here? That's my question. Liquid or Fnatic? Who do you choose?
I think the issue is like Fnatic. They have to get in and they have to get a quick entry kill, right? Like, because it feels like Liquid have a lot more sustainment in these fights. You know, the Dazzle, Dragon Knight's so stupidly tanky. And at the same time, Beastmaster without attack speed on a Dragon Knight is going to clear out your PL illusion so quick.
Yeah,
so who do you go for?
I'm liking Liquids. I'm not the biggest fan of Dazzle usually, but I do really like Liquids, like their Tricore, Beastmaster, DK, Gyro. These heroes do fare quite well versus Phantom Lancer.
I would base my prediction purely on yesterday, and I think that Fnatic just looked a lot better than what Liquid did. So I would actually go for Fnatic in this one.
That's unfair. We've got Heem playing a different hero. You know, it's not Ancient Apparition today.
Sure, it's not Ancient Apparition today. Let's find out who's going to get the game up here in this best of 3 series in the semifinals of the winners bracket with Capitalist and Blitz.
Fnatic, they've been trying to take a crack at that Tier 1 for a little while now, and due to a recent loss to Navi at GESC, they're kind of firmly stuck in that Tier 2 category. Being able to take Liquid here, that's definitely a bigger fish to fry, right, Blitz?
Did you hear what DJ said about this match? He said, like, it feels kind of bad, because if they win it, you're beating Liquid without Miracle, and a lot of people... the thing about the Dota community is, like, your wins have to be like the cleanest of wins, and they have to go full strength, both teams. The stakes have to be on the line. They're fickle fans.
Yeah.
But if you lose, well, you lost to Liquid without Miracle.
That's why you just operate and don't give a damn what the fans think, right?
Just win for yourself.
Just win and be happy with it.
Yeah.
And Fnatic, have they drafted a winning lineup? Because Fog doesn't seem to think so. And I'm going to agree with him here. Gyrocopter, Dragon Knight, Beastmaster, there's nothing to hate about the cores of Team Liquid. Fnatic, meanwhile, a little bit more situational, we'll say. Lone Druid doesn't always fit into these lineups. We've got a Centaur, who's not had the best success rate in this meta either.
I think the mid matchup is the big one.
Okay.
Like, this Phantom Lancer can just go insane. PL doesn't really get countered by Gyro. I know Gyro has Flat Cannon, and people think of that as a clear, but at some point, Phantom Lancer just gets a heart, and it's like a really difficult matchup for the Gyrocopter in the first place.
Okay, what about the combination of clear of the Dragon Knight's AoE, the Gyrocopters, as well as like axes and stuff?
Still feels kind of meh.
Okay.
Like, I played DK against PL, but I think the big thing is, how does Kuro do against Abed? You wouldn't know this, but Kuro has a lot of pride in his core.
Yep.
Like, his support, I think he doesn't really care, but like, he remembers what it was like to be a core.
He remembers what it's like to be on the Gosu Gamers list.
Yeah, that was his
carries.
thing. Like, he always used to tell us when I was working with him, like, what he was as a core. And none of us, we would just tell him, like, shut up, old man. Like, nobody cares.
but he was the one person on the team who really held on to that.
Yeah, everybody else didn't really have. I mean, these guys are pretty newer anyways to Dota.
Yeah.
But
we'll see how that kind of legend unfolds because Abed is one of the premier mid laners, I think, in Dota right now.
Yeah,
very
absolutely.
good player.
He seems to be doing all right so far, 6-0. So Crow's doing okay. The side lanes, definitely going to be quite interesting. We've got Heen's Dazzle backing up Mind Control's Beastmaster, trying to enable him in the laning phase. Meanwhile, DJ is going to be playing a Clockwork up at the top lane, kind of babysitting Universe's Centaur. Both the offlaners, I would say, need to have a strong laning phase, and they both have been given a support to enable them.
Yeah, not the easiest matchup for just the solo Centaur, so that's why he's going to get some help. And Abed going to throw a lance at Kuro with the creep wave, just trying to harass him out a little bit. Even going to deny him under the tower.
Ooh, and missing out on the brief fires.
Oh,
he has
missed all of them.
Oh, no.
Disaster.
And this is one of those parts of being a core in that 1v1. Do you crumple after a mistake like that?
Oh, and he gets denied. That's a fun. This is a fun mid matchup to watch.
Yeah.
It's like old generation against new.
Do you think naturally Dragon Knight is supposed to do just kind of even with the Phantom Lancer?
The thing is, the Phantom
what a
Lancer-
catch! GH! How'd he get snagged inside the cogs? He's going to be able to get the telekinesis onto the Centaur, so GH will be perfectly fine. A lot of mana blown for a Clockwork for no kill.
Until you get the Soul Ring, the DK doesn't love the matchup because the PL has a ton of base damage, and with Phantom Rush, you just spam it.
Yeah.
You get good harass. He has one of the better attack animations in the game, too. Look at the amount of base that he has right now. It's pretty absurd.
Yeah, even with Breathe Fire on him, his attack damage is not too much lower than the Dragon Knights.
The upside, though, is like, how does this bottom lane go? Beastmaster, one of the best lanes with the Dazzle.
Yeah.
It's very hard for this lane to die, and that's why Envy's pinging right now. He's like, yo, help me out.
Top lane, nope. Abed just trying to get some more damage onto Crow with Breathe Fire down. Soul Ring finally up. Level 5 will be a big point for that Dragon Knight.
Highlight Eye just going to go for the pull. Understands that this lane is... It's not winnable in the traditional sense. You're not going to get killed.
Threatening him. Don't want to get hit by the hoof stomp here. So Matumba Man trying to keep his distance a little bit. Universe is not going to try and go for the stun. Telekinesis now laid down. Now he goes for the stomp. Rocket Barrage going to be tanked up. A lot of it by DJ. He throws down the cogs, trying to go for this kill. Matumba Man, Rocket Barrage is actually enough to threaten DJ's life and actually gets the kill. First blood goes to Matumba Man.
Doesn't even get hit by the cogs on the way out. Gets the salve off to DJ. A little bit ambitious there. I thought he was just going to trap him in and immediately start hitting the cogs and getting out.
Yeah.
But thought for a second that he could take that fight.
That is certainly not the case for... I'm not... Was he level 2 at the time? I think he might have been. Kuro, gonna be stuck. That is level 2 rocket... battery assault. That's gonna do a good amount of damage, but Kuro managed to get back to his creep wave. Mango pop by Abed is not enough to finish Kuro off.
Yeah, and he's got the 2 levels of the Dragon Blood with the Tango going and the Soul Ring. That's 20 HP a second. Should be just fine to come back into the lane, but that's going to prompt DJ to go for it again. There's a ping. Crow saying there might be somebody here. Asking his team potentially to prep for a TP. And if he goes to the low ground a little bit more, DJ inching forward right now. He's right there.
He's just going to be able to get right on top of him. Kuro did not expect this one, I don't think. Now the Cog's going to push him a little bit farther. DJ's looking to be able to go for the tower dive here. He's completely committed, and Abed will help him finish him off with Lance. Heen was just a little bit too late.
Yeah, and I think that's what the ping was for. But at the same time, DJ did such a good job of waiting till the last possible second. He just crept forward. Kuro had no vision on that area. The tower and the creeps help him deny the cogs, but it's just not enough.
Maybe if Heen was there to be able to get off the Shadow Wave, then all of a sudden it's a turnaround, and they actually kill the Clockwork rather than the Dragon Knight dying.
Yes, in this bottom lane.
Oh, Papa's Shrine, that was a little early, GH. Tummy Man still going to be able to get most of the benefit of that.
And Envy uses his bear as a courier. He's going to deliver some stuff to Pylite Die. Very nice of him to do. Envy is like turned into the ultimate supporting cast core nowadays. I really like it. It's kind of what's allowed Fnatic to transition into a better team.
Yeah.
I would be hesitant to say tier 1, but on that precipice at least. Very good team.
I totally agree. I thought they were going to make a better showing of themselves at GESC. It seemed like everything that was kind of being built up by the team were just major improvements through qualifiers and ready to hit those lands strong. But
Yeah.
stumbled a little bit. See if they can follow through here at Corsair DreamLeague Season 9.
I think Pi was talking to people and saying that the problem with their team is they're a good team, but they're not so good that they don't just drop series to teams that they feel like they should beat, like Na'Vi. Although Na'Vi also steadily getting better. They have a good showing there. Is it in this mid lane?
Another rotation of sorts. Okay, DJ's just going to run straight in through. They do have the Dazzle behind him with a double damage as well, but it still needs some extra help here from Kuro.
Nah, he's just going to be fine.
All right.
Way too much health. And he's in the creep wave.
Universe managed to get a hoof stop. The missile is going to follow through, though. They do have the clockwork as well as the disruptor here. Matubman going to try and stand and fight up against DJ, but there is a lot of creeps there to be able to tank up the rocket barrage. DJ can manage to get into the trees, hiding away from the flat cannon as well as the rocket barrage. And apparently GH and Matubman are strong enough to stand behind this tower in a 2 versus 3.
And look at the rotation at bottom. They saw this with the ward. Kuro not invis at all. Envy should know about this 100% of the way through, and with no creep wave. He's just going to TP out.
Are they actually going to find Pylai Die? Look at these guys. They are going hunting right now. They found the disruptor, pulled him away from the creep wave to make sure the rocket barrage gets its full damage out. Meanwhile, as you were saying, Kuro's rotation to bottom lane completely fails.
Yeah. Envy started the TP, then he thinks the better of it and says there's nothing that Kuro does here anyways, which is then going to prompt Abed to play very aggressively in this mid lane. Heen going to be the beneficiary of a lot of this experience, but can't really stand toe-to-toe against the Phantom Lancer as a few hits coming in. Abed looking for the chase. Heen's getting a little bit low, but will disengage and just farm the creeps instead.
Kuro, this is probably the most aggressive rotation I've seen from a Dragonite. It really feels like he's trying to force that push part of the Dragonite.
Yeah, can't really make anything happen at bottom.
He's going to get caught here. Dragon Form's not going to be much use of him here. Stuck inside the cogs, and again, DJ just seems to be the bane of Kuro's existence.
Yeah, Envy going to get the last hit on that, as he was completely forcing it. That was just him by himself, trying to make something happen. Matamba Man rotated down too, but unfortunately, Abed got the haste rune, and he's using it to try to kill Heen, but he's just going to Grave and TP out. Abed, though, with an absolutely free game so far.
Yeah, this is... I mean, I was going to say it's not a good look for Liquid so far, but I guess somehow their laning phase is going well enough. They're actually a little bit up in net worth. Oh,
Kuro.
no. Kuro.
That
did not expect Pylai Die's disruptor. DJ almost getting caught there, managed to get the roar out, but the cogs protecting for the meanwhile, as well as TP's in. They're not able to go for this kill, and Eternal Envy, all he needs is a single ensnare onto Matamba Man. Please,
yeah, one more hit on this.
Get it for him. He's trying to actually go for the Seder body block, but Matamba Man is fast enough. He's able to stay one step ahead of those creeps. Eternal Envy does not have the RNG, it seems, to be able to get that kill.
That is the faulty bear. Did not work as intended or sold.
Resummon, get a new one.
Yeah. And Liquid right now, they're firmly placed in the wedge of the net worth. The big difference coming from the fact that Universe hasn't been able to get anything, but the top 2 net worths in the game do belong to the side of Fnatic, as Abed once again getting aggressive on the Kuroki. Taking a lot of damage. Another Lance and the Phantom rush forward.
Kuro's going to have to turn around, manage to get off the stun. Gyrocopter is going to be here. Abed in some serious trouble now as the homing missile is going to try and chase him down. He's already popped the doppelganger, so he can't get away from this one. Oh, look at that. He's actually going to use the rush to get to the neutrals, to get to the high ground. Unfortunately, it's not enough time. He couldn't out-regen that homing missile damage and will still end up dead. It was a cute little play, though, from Abed.
Very cute play. But he went quite far away from the homing missile.
Yeah.
He took the absolute max amount of damage. Does go down. Fortunately for him is this bottom lane. They continue to pressure it, and that's why Fnatic, playing very fast themselves, evenly matched game, they are going to mirror and go for this top lane. Universe trying to pick up whatever he can, as his game has been quite slowed down.
Yeah, what a difference between Universe and Mind Control right now. So enabled by the Dazzle, has actually taken his tier 1 tower, in part thanks to Kuro's rotation earlier. Centaur ultimate going off, trying to run down Kuro. The TPs are coming in fast. They need this Dazzle to be able to get here with the Shallow Grave, but not fast enough. Centaur is able to burst him down, and now Heen has been caught out by DJ. Read that TP rotation, but he managed to get off the Shallow Grave. Needs to be able to get away from DJ, but the Lance comes in at the last second. Shallow Grave falls, and that means the Dazzle will as well. All they get is that support, a 1-for-2 exchange to the favor of Fnatic.
Yeah, and pretty much everyone from Liquid rotated in for that.
meaning they lost their top tower at the same time from Eternal Envy.
As Universe, going to pick up a lot of this farm. He really needs his Blink Dagger if he's going to match the pace of this game. He's starting to get closer now, 1,300 gold.
Glimpse time.
Yep, that's going to be
grab GH. Mind control. Seeing if he can protect him, throwing out some axes. Flat Cannon, actually, they're just going to go for the roar kill onto DJ. Look to Abed next. Doppelganger dodged the homing missile, though. He'll be okay with the Siege Wagon still alive. They feel comfortable going for this push a little bit longer. But now, Eternal Envy's Lone Druid is here. Pushing him back with that bear. Kuro tells his team, don't back out. Be brave.
They are bullying Kuro right now in this game. He's only level 7, barely ahead of GH right now in levels. Abed has had a much more successful game, almost level 10 on him.
Yeah, it feels like he was trying to play like, reminded me of his brief time on Liquid where he was playing Drow Ranger.
Yeah.
Where he, you know, he was utilizing his position to tell the rest of the team, look, just follow me, we're taking these objectives, 1, 2, 3. And that's really not the hero that Dragon Knight is anymore. He actually farms a decent amount.
Yes, he does. And in this bottom lane, Pylite die. They're going to throw out the rocket first so they get vision at the glimpse. Gonna bring it back.
Immediately going to be grabbed by the clockwork, but Matumba Man is here once again to be able to protect his allies. Mind control is definitely taking enough to survive through this one. They actually just pop the Centaur ultimate to run away from this engagement. Homing missile still going to catch that disruptor. They're still in pursuit, Matumba Man, seeing if they can find somebody here. Yeah. No such
luck.
Look
at Envy, though. He is completely ignoring Kuro and saying, I'm going to take this tower. He's been doing this for the past, like, minute. Kuroki even stunned the bear. But
he can't do anything to stop it. Tries to go for the deny, not even that much. Meanwhile, Matumba Man is just grasping at straws here, trying to catch anybody from Fnatic, but they don't really have that hard initiation anymore.
Yeah, that was kind of sad. Like, the Lone Druid just straight up acted as if he wasn't there.
Yeah.
What's that like?
Girls, notice me.
Exactly.
I'm the carry.
Oh, Matumba Man, though, trying to sandwich forward, but they're going to go for the mid push themselves.
All right, well, apparently two can play that game. The Lone Druid is just going to be ignored. They're going to be able to take that tower. Good glimpse, but they need a stun. This time around, they'll get it. All right, they had so many stuns to catch mind control. He was not going to be able to TP out of that one. Oh, Abed jumped a little far forward there, but Liquid, not feeling comfortable with this engagement, will back away.
1 second until Universe.
Oh, there's nice the hook shot. Nice pick up by DJ. They're going to go for Matumba Man here. Centaur, meanwhile, grabbing the other one. Dazzle's not going to be able to get a Shallow Grave off. Matumba Man needs to get away from this bear, but Abed on hot pursuit. Another lands down. Doppelganger forward. Matumba Man trying to turn and fight. Not able to do so. Abed is just too damn big. Level 11 against Kuro's level 9 Dragonite. What was this? DH actually got pulled back there by the glimpse. Another pick off in Liquid. Crumbling right now. Little bit.
Still a pretty close game. Only 1k up. That's the nature of them being able to take some towers early on. Universe is now starting to catch up, but it's GH that's really kept them afloat in this game. Like, he already has a Blink Dagger, something we didn't quite mention.
Oh, wow.
He has just been hitting creeps and Fade Bolting. He's looking around the map, he's seeing that his cores are not having the best game. He's like, I will take all of the farm guys.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll carry you, Kuro, in the long run. But at least for the interim, his team, not that successful.
Yeah, they need to find some success because the game is going to change pretty rapidly. Fnatic are closing in on some big-time items. The Radiance for the Lone Druid is just another 1,800 gold away. That's massive, as well as the Diffusal Blade pickup from Abed. In fact, he's already got that in his stash right now. Just needs it flown out to him. Those are big upgrades for this team, who is already contesting Liquid when it comes to these team fights. If they actually get these items in Liquid, don't manage to win the next couple of team fights, I fear they're just never going to be able to win a team fight against Fnatic.
Yeah, this is going to be really fast pickup by Envy, who, believe it or not, like, has been such a stable core for this team. He has his moments, but you take the good with the bad with Envy.
Yeah, it certainly helps that I think that he is able to rely on kind of this harder carry in Abed a lot of times.
Yeah.
Just, like, I can be the aggressive Eternal Envy that I am and just, you know, make wild plays.
Oh, they're going to run into the curry here. Their entire team snipes it out, and that's going to prompt Envy maybe to go back. He gets stunned up by the Centaurs. Or does he?
Okay, Eternal Envy, you just saw your courier picked up. Please do not get ganked like this. Okay, gets a little bit distance.
He is mega dead. Okay.
He has been such a stable core, Blitz Dota.
Damn it, Envy. That was like the all right, whatever.
What a commentator's curse that was.
He saw his courier die. I think he thought that they were just like, oh well.
The smoke, you know, they popped and we're not gonna be
He's
aggressive.
like, they're not gonna go for this.
Yeah.
I'm clean. There's no way. But they get the kill anyways. I guess I jinxed it.
That's the thing, Envy. Liquid need to be aggressive right now. After all, look what's happening in the bottom lane. Abed is just freely taking a tier 1 tower. He's got the backup of both Universe as well as DJ, ready to initiate as soon as anybody shows. And nobody can really TP either, because there is a glimpse lying in wait.
Yeah, Matoma Man though, drag the creep wave, trying to farm up everything at once. Doesn't quite have the flag cannon up again.
Fake back, a little smoke action. GH becomes a little bit too far. Wrist hook shot. GH is going to be able to blink away, but Abed, he already managed to get the Phantom Rush onto GH, so he's going to run him down anyway. There goes the Centaur. Managed to get the stun as well, but they've already blown a lot, including the Static Storm, so Kuro's going to commit this TP in, and Mind Control's going to come in for the back line. See if he can catch something. It's going to be Pylai Die, spotted out in the trees. They do have... Whoa. Dragon Tail. All right, Mind Control didn't want to blow his Primal Roar to stop that TP, so he still has them. What a buyback.
And GH, and he goes for the buyback thinking that's going to be a more prolonged fight, but everybody on the side of Fnatic smartly backing out. That is going to tank his net worth quite a bit.
It's the way they backed out too, because Mind Control was hidden in those trees that whole entire time. He thought he was going to be able to come in from behind and catch one of those big cores, but...
Then you force an engagement where Fnatic has to stay, and then the buyback's worth it. But Fnatic very smartly get out, read that situation perfectly, and now it's actually the Gyrocopter who has been the beneficiary of a lot of these stacks. So now, not doing bad at all in terms of net worth. He's going to stack this one more time for himself, steal the Ancients that Fnatic had built up. And they're going to start pinging for this. Pylai Die not too happy that he was able to get out of there for free.
Liquid also checking out Roshan, but then again, so is DJ. He's making sure to keep a ever-vigilant eye on it with Rocket Flare. Not going to be that easy. Universe kind of jumping forward, seeing if he could spot somebody for a glimpse target, but not the case here.
Yeah. Radiance is finished, though. Envy gets it. Still reasonable timing with the Helm of Dom. 18 minutes in. Could have been a lot faster, though, if not for that death.
Yeah. Oh, man. Fnatic. They just keep picking on him. They're trying to go for the hookshot right now. Glimpse back inside the tree, so the hookshot's not going to be able to land, but they still manage to get the cogs to jump in for the Centaur, as well as the Static Storm. They've blown everything to be able to grab him, and there's still not quite enough. Kuro's going to be able to live through this one. The urn is not going to be enough either, but maybe a bear. Roar at him. Oh, stop that TP. Kuro is going to go down. Rocket Flare able to finish him off. Now the stomp again, catching GH. Matubba Man, don't complete that TP, Fred. That is a death trap, as you could see from Heen, who's surrounded by heroes. Fnatic, they're trying to give the kill to someone? They'll just give it a Pylai Die. After all, he's had enough clutch glimpses so far. Immediate TP's down to the bottom lane. Mind Control's just going to commit to this one. Goes for the Roar, TP out, but the Centaur had the follow-up TP onto the Shrine. He surely did not expect that play. Fnatic, they are looking so hot right now. I love the way they played that so fast to be able to stop Mind Control at bottom.
Yeah, that was just play after play. They continue to move things forward. They knew that they were going to take the tower anyways. Didn't need every hero up there. But it was Liquid that overcommit to try to save Kuro. They brought in heroes one by one, then they just got picked apart. Fnatic brought the entire squad over to make that play happen. Envy came up from the bottom with the Savage Roar, catches them completely on guard. Really well done overall. And now this bear is quite farmed. Has 1,500 gold right after he bought the Radiance just a minute and a half ago.
4,000 gold lead for Fnatic. Just about to hit that 10K net worth mark on both the Phantom Lancer as well as the Lone Druid.
Yeah, they're scaling really nicely right now. Not really sure what the play is for Liquid. They want to try to go for these 5-mans. You can see that Kuro wants to anyways. When you're having this bad of a game as a core, usually you just tell your team, like, guys, let's try to make some kind of fight happen.
Yeah. Because farming won't really get you back into the game, right? It's just need those big swings.
Yeah.
Ward immediately denied.
This is where you're going to be a little bit uncomfortable if you're not like a core main. You don't know the farm rotations. You don't know, maybe just experience-wise, where you're supposed to go with this.
Yeah.
It's Kuro.
He's having his farm being stolen out by a bear.
They pop the ult, find GH. kill after kill going the way of Fnatic. Liquid have not found any sort of 5-man engagement so far.
Dire's middle tower.
His Lone Druid pickup looks so good against this lineup. Because neither the Dragon Knight nor the Gyrocopter really do much to threaten this hero. Or the bear itself, actually.
You could hear in the pregame talk, Envy said, there's nothing they can do against my hero.
Yeah.
Felt really confident about this pick.
Tier 2 is going to fall. Mind Control's going to come forward with a Shadow Blade. He needs some really big plays here, because this game's certainly not riding on Kuro's shoulders. Feels like he's been shut down enough by Fnatic. He's not going to be too much of a relevant core. And
credit to Fnatic. They are playing so well right now.
Yeah, they look hot.
Like, when Fnatic looks good, they look good.
You smoke up, trying to go towards Roshan, but Roshan is dying a little bit too quickly, and Liquid not realizing what's happening or not. Okay, they're maybe going to take the high ground here. Roshan dies. Are they still going to take the fight? They are. They're going to play on this high ground. Mind Control. Going to spot out all these heroes. Goes for the stun actually onto the Mind Control. They're actually going to try and finish off that bear real quickly, but they don't have enough damage. At least it's not coming hard and fast enough for Tunnel Envy is going to be able to get a little bit more distance. Centaur
go in and out.
Off, and he is actually just running outside the Roshan pit. And now Matumba Man has an Abed problem. Keeps on chasing him down with that doppelganger. Matumba Man has no TP out either. Going to be stomped up. Nice double stomp from Universe. Going to be able to catch Kuro as well, bringing him low with all the nukes. And Abed, he's just a cleanup crew at this point in time. Him and all his illusions take on all of Liquid. Not even he can escape.
Very well done by Fnatic. They fought around the pit area so well. I don't know if the ops caught that, but Envy and Pylai just juked everyone. Just played around that pit area. Mind Control was desperately trying to get the last hit with the axes, unable to do so. They are just putting on a clinic right now.
They just don't have enough damage. Abed picked up the Aegis, so understandable that Mind Control goes for the Roar onto Eternal Envy. It's the only core they can really go for in that fight, but...
They commit for the 5-man because they were smoked up anyways.
Yeah.
They felt like they were in a position where maybe they catch them unawares if they can immediately blow up Envy. But Fnatic just play that fight beautifully.
Glimpse backs, GH will be okay. In fact, he gets a telekinesis underneath the tier 4s onto Abed. Of course, he does have the Aegis. That's why Mind Control is going to go for the Roar on somebody else, and he finds the Centaur. Already down to half HP, but there goes that haste. All right, stolen out by GH. Maybe they can still chase something down, but Abed got to the low ground. Thanks to the doppelganger.
Yeah, they're desperately looking for something on the side of Liquid, but their Rax is going to get taken. Fnatic leaving the range barracks at 14 HP. Nobody getting the last hit on that, but seems irrelevant considering they did manage to grab the bigger one in the melee.
And it feels like, you know, I think it was a good idea when Final Tribe were running it at GESC against the Death Prophet, the Stampede being just a really good disengage against those ghosts. But here in this game, Fnatic are making the Centaur look a whole lot better.
Yeah. It is the issue is that his laning phase is a little bit rough.
Yeah.
Which we saw in both games. Like in this game, dies early twice, but didn't feel like it mattered because Universe was so active with the rest of his team. Now that he has the blink, he's just going around the map. They're picking up kills non-stop.
I think it also helped that they had a 4 position that could initiate early as well, right?
Yeah.
That wasn't, all he needs is level 6.
And Abed gonna run into Matumba Man. Feels very confident here. The rest of his team coming in to back him up. Highlight Die on the low ground. Trying to see what they can get. Maybe they catch Kuro again, and yes, they're gonna find him.
He has no BKB. GH turns around. Okay, maybe thinking about fighting this one, but this does not look like a good fight. Matumba Man can't do nearly enough damage to threaten Abed's first life, let alone a second life. They're gonna be able to go for more here. Pylai Die, Kinetic Field. Blink ahead by GH. Abed's just gonna keep going. Into the base he goes. Glimpse back by Pylai Die. GH is now in the middle of no man's land. Apparently, Abed doesn't really care. He goes for Heen first now, able to slow down Matumba Man. BKB gonna be forced out. That carry, not long for this world. Mind Control, him either. Ultra kill for Abed and a GG from...
Give him the Rampage! Give him the Rampage! They're pinging for it! He wants it so bad! They're waiting!
Yay!
That was a... See, Universe is a good teammate. He had Double Edge, didn't use it.
And he did the Centaur stun to celebrate with it.
He's like, this one's yours. By all means, you should take this. Fnatic with an emphatic victory. Very well done by them. Almost a kill a minute in this game. Set a blistering pace. They played all over the map. Denied Liquid at every single turn.
Absolutely. Do you think any of this was draft-based, or was this entirely on the early rotations that Fnatic set for themselves and just got a little bit of lead and rolled with it?
I think it was a pretty good amount of draft.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, don't discount how they played. They played very quick around the map, regardless of, you know, no miracle or not. Liquid got completely outplayed here by Fnatic.
Yeah, seemed like Fnatic very comfortable with the Eternal Envy Lone Druid. 20,000 gold lead is what they end this game 1 with. Gotta feel confident going into game 2, but it is Liquid after all. So, Fnatic gotta keep a level head here. Want to be able to move further into the Corsair DreamLeague Season 9 upper bracket. We're gonna take a break and be back with game 2.